everyone, welcome to another episode of Yoga for Men. This one's inspired by my brother, Athamos, who will have probably just come from the gym, so don't do it unless you're warmed up already. If you're not, that's fine, just take it slow and make sure that you add a few more breaths to each movement. Enjoy the practice. So come down to all fours on your mat, making sure that your hands are directly under the shoulders and the knees under your hips. And then inhale to lift the head and arch the spine. Exhale to reverse the movement, tucking your chin to your chest. And then flow through a few cat-cows like this. Try to arch the spine as much as possible as you look up. And separate the shoulders and press into the ground every time you tuck the chin to chest in your cat. Next, widen the knees and gently sit back towards your heels as far as possible. It may not be comfortable for you to bring your head to the ground, but try. And then shrug the shoulders off a few times, squeezing the shoulder blades together just to loosen the thoracic spine. Take a few long and deep breaths here and feel the release in the lower back. After a while, you might sit back a little further. And then on an inhalation, gently come up. Kick off the toes just to release the ankle joints. Plant the right hand underneath the nose and then inhale to lift the left hand up, twisting the spine. You may wish to reach the left hand behind your back just to deepen the twist, peeling the left shoulder behind you. And when you're ready, you can thread the left arm through and under the right, resting the left side of your head down onto the mat. Then inhale to reach the left hand up again. Exhale to thread through. Inhale to reach up. And exhale, thread. This time get comfortable. Start to put a little more weight into the left shoulder, and you might bring the fingers of your right hand to the ground and push into them so that you can deepen the twist. Then gently release. Plant your left hand under the nose this time, and on an inhalation reach the right hand up. Bring the right hand behind you if that's comfortable. And on an exhale, thread the right hand through and under the left for a twist. Inhaling to reach the right hand up. Exhale to thread. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to thread through, resting the right side of your head onto the mat, allowing a little more weight to come into the right shoulder, coming up onto the left fingertips and pushing into them to help you deepen the twist. And then gently come back to all fours. Inhale to lift the left foot back and up. Exhale to touch to the left elbow. And repeat this a few times, just making sure you keep count so that you do the same on the other side. Inhale, right foot goes back. Exhale to touch to the elbow. And cycle through a few repetitions here, making sure you lift with the heel each time. Coming back to all fours. Inhale to lift the left foot back and up again. Make sure the toes are flexed. And then rotate the foot a few times and try and hold the leg as straight and as high as you can. Then step forwards to the outside of the left hand, keep the right knee grounded, and just help yourself up into a low lunge position with both hands on the left knee. Start to rock the hips back and forwards just to release the right hip flexor. Finally, let the hips sink forwards as far as it's comfortable. Then bring the hands to the ground and start to bend and straighten the left leg, feeling into the hamstrings. Keep the foot flat on the ground. Then come back into your first low lunge position. So lift the upper body. You might circle the head a few times here in each direction. And then if you wish to go a bit further, you can reach the right hand up, tilting the upper body slightly to the left side, and then gently come down to the ground with the right hand. Place the left hand on the inside of the left knee and push it out away from your body a few times, allowing the left foot to roll onto its blade. Then sit back, straightening the left leg. Try to keep the foot flat and take a few breaths here. And when you're ready, you can flex the left foot and pull the toes back towards the knee, feeling how the stretch changes in the hamstrings. Then you can tilt the left foot from left to right. Sit down a little deeper, then come forwards with both hands and step back to your tabletop position. Take a few cat-cows here just to loosen off the spine. And then inhale to lift the right foot back and up, rotating the foot in both directions. Then step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Lift the upper body, place both hands onto your right knee, and start to rock forwards and back, feeling the left hip flexor stretch this time. Ground both hands and start to straighten the right leg. Go gently here and just feel into the hamstrings and the hip socket, keeping the right foot flat if possible. Then gently come forwards, lift the upper body, press both hands onto the right knee, and start your head rotations in both directions. As before, you can inhale and lift the left hand up and tilt over to the right side for a deeper stretch in the left hip. And when you're ready, come down with the left hand, ground both hands. Start to straighten the right leg, keeping the foot flat to begin with. Hold the position steady and breathe. When you're ready, you can flex the right foot and sink a little deeper over your right leg, keeping the breath smooth and unbroken as you stretch. Flop the foot from left to right a little, and then gently come forwards, grounding the left hand and pushing the right knee out to the side, allowing the foot to roll onto its blade. Grounding both hands, and then stepping back to all fours. Kick off the feet if you need to, just to release the ankles a little more. Turn your fingers back towards your knees, and take a few cat-cows with this hand variation if it feels comfortable for you. If not, you can experiment with one hand at a time, or if it's just too uncomfortable at this stage, then keep your hands in the regular position. Step 1 foot forward so you face one of the long edges of your mat. Take a healthy bend in the knees and take hold of your ankles, and then fold forwards, rocking the hips from left to right. Don't worry about having straight legs here. The important thing is just to feel the stretch on the inner thighs and the hamstrings. The stretch should feel comfortable and not painful, so take as deep a bend as you need to. Widen the stance a little, keeping the hands grounded, and then sink your hips towards one foot, straightening the leg, pulling the toes back, and with your elbow you can push your bent knee back behind you a little bit. Change sides, keeping the hips nice and low. Extend the opposite leg, and again, use your free elbow to push your knee back behind you. After a few breaths here, turn to face the knee that was just bent. Come into a low lunge position with your legs and extend the toes behind you, and then inhale to lift both hands up this time. Place your hands on the inside of your front foot. Turn to face your back foot. Then shift the hips over towards your back foot. And then turn your body to face the opposite side of the mat. Extend the back toes and inhale to rise. Ground the hands on the inside of the front foot. Turn to face your back foot as before. Shift the hips over to the other side. Extend your toes behind you. This time interlace the hands behind your back as well. And inhale to lift the upper body, pushing the fist down towards your back knee, opening the chest and rotating the head a few times. Then release. Once again, turn to face your back foot. Shift the hips to the opposite side, and we repeat the posture here, interlacing the hands behind the back, inhaling to open the chest and lift the chin. You can rotate the head as before if that feels good for you. And then release. Come back into a wide-legged stance facing the long edge of your mat. You might need to toe heel the feet towards each other a little. Inhale to come up, lift the hands above your head. Exhale to interlace them behind you. Inhale to open the chest. And exhale to fold, and try not to have your elbows locked here. Try not to let the palms separate from each other. Keep them pressed together. And then you can shimmy from left to right with your hips. Bring the feet a little closer towards each other. Take hold of one shin, and inhale to lift up with the opposite hand for a twist. If this feels easy, you can bring the hand that's on your shin directly to the mat beneath your head to deepen the stretch. Change sides by holding onto the shin first. And then if it feels comfortable, you can let go of the shin and ground the hand and deepen the twist as before. After a few breaths, come down. Walk the toes a little closer towards each other so they're just wider than hip width. Interlace the fingers and turn the palms towards the ground, and then inhale to reach up. Exhale, come down on the left side, sweeping the palms towards the ground. Inhale to come up on the right. Exhale, come down left. Inhale, come up right. Exhale, come down left. Inhale, come up right. And then reverse the motion. Exhaling, coming down on the right side, sweeping the palms close to the ground. Inhale, up left. Exhale, down right. Inhale, up left. A final circle. Exhale, down right. And inhale, up left. Thank you so much for joining me. Peace, and see you next time.